Hello guys, welcome to Everything Metallurgy, and today we are discussing about neck size in the day 3 of 100 days 100 concepts. So basically what is this neck size? So I hope you came across this particular term in many of the previous year gate questions, and this particular concept of neck size is coming in sintering phenomena. Okay, I am not going to discuss about the driving forces, how it is leading to an exercise and all. So if you remember, what is sintering? So basically if you see the different steps in sintering, usually you have tiny particles. So sintering is a process where we try to agglomerate fines. Okay, so we try to join fines to form a lump. That means some bigger size particle is formed using finer sized particles. Okay, usually this lump is called agglomerate. Now there are many numericals that are involved here. Okay, so here I have, let's say, these 4 fines, right? So let me take only 2. Okay, so let's assume that these 2 are sintered. That means what should be happened? These 2 must join and form a bigger size particle. So here in this case we have 2 different small particles, whereas here we have a single particle, something like this. Okay, so we'll calculate this neck size over here. What is neck? So basically the same thing which you saw here. So I'll just draw in a detailed manner. Let's assume these are 2 different. Okay, otherwise I'll just take the same sized one. Yeah, so let's assume if you try to join this, okay, so if I have my particle far away, then there is no collisions between these 2. That means there is no bonding between these 2. That means sintering is not taking place. So sintering happens only when this comes and joins this surface, something like this. But how much is this size? Okay, whether it should stop here, whether it should go like this, whether it should be like this, whether it should be joining like this, there were different possibilities, and this particular thing is governed by something called my dihedral angle. And at this particular dihedral angle, these 2 particles will be joining. Okay, how? And this is depending on the interfacial, or in simple words, surface energies. So interfacial energies are helping to stick together with the separation of this dihedral angle, and that dihedral angle will be the tangents at this particular angle. So let's assume that in this case my particles are like this. So how will my output look like? There won't be these lines, right? Because they join. Okay, so let me erase that. Yeah, something like this, and this will be joined. This will be looking like this. Okay, so this particular orange color line here is my neck. Okay, this particular thing is neck, and you have to calculate this particular neck size at which the 2 particles are getting attached and sintered, right? And as I said, the dihedral angle will be something like this, acting tangential, okay, the 2 solid particles. Okay, this angle is nothing but my theta. Okay, that is the dihedral angle which I am talking about, right? So if you just try to split this part into 2 different halves, something like this. Okay, for calculation purpose, this will be theta by 2, this will be theta by 2. Okay, as I said, what is this? Let's assume this is some A particles and I have some B matrix. So this will be gamma AB, right? The interfacial energy between A and B, right? That is what it is. And this is gamma AB, which is same, and there will be some bonding, there will be some interfacial energy between these two particles also, right, which will be along my neck size, something like this, which is basically gamma AA. Now what can we do further? So I'll just erase this thing. Yeah, what can we do further is you can easily use some calculation. So we know that this is a state of equilibrium. Let's say that apart from this particular neck, it is not increasing or decreasing. That means it is the final shape of my center. Okay, at that particular stage, what should be there? My interfacial energies, the net forces that is acting on my body should be equal to 0. That's what basic definition of equilibrium tells us. So here what we'll do is we will take a direction, let's say this particular negative y direction, and equate the forces. So downward we have gamma AA equal to, on the upper side we have components of these two, right? So this is theta by 2. So what will this be? This will be gamma AB cos theta by 2 plus gamma AB cos theta by 2. So totally it will be 2 times gamma AB cos theta by 2, right? So if you just replace it here, 2 times gamma AB cos theta by 2. Okay, so here I got a relationship between this. So if my interfacial energies are known, that means if gamma AA and gamma AB are known, then you can easily calculate theta, the angle between the two different tangents, or the dihedral angle you can easily calculate. Now from this what you can do, I want to calculate the neck size. This is my final goal. I want to calculate this particular length over here. How to do it? Let's say, okay, let me take my center over here, okay, and extend this particular tangent to this and join this. Okay, so what is this particular thing? This particular length here which I just highlighted will be my radius. Radius of what? My particle A. Okay, you can say average grain diameter if you are dealing with very fine sizes, or the particle size. So let me write it to be d by 2. Okay, if d is the diameter, d by 2 is the radius, correct? And what will this be? What will this particular side of this particular triangle will be? This is half of my neck size. So let's assume the total neck size is x. This will be x by 2. Okay, so here we have got a right angle triangle, and of course if you use some basic trigonometry, this angle will be also equal to my theta by 2. Okay, that is also equal to theta by 2. Okay, nice. So now what we can do here? So simply just take sine of theta by 2. So usually what is sine theta by 2, or usually what is sine theta in a right angle triangle? You get opposite side by hypotenuse. So here my opposite side is what? X by 2, and my hypotenuse is d by 2. So using this simple relationship, so from here what you will get? You will get theta. Of course you have to know the grain size or the particle diameter in order to calculate the neck size. So this relation between my angle theta, neck size, as well as my particle size is given by this particular relationship. Okay, so I hope you understood this particular concept. Okay, so with this I want to stop here, and please like the video if you like it, and also share with all the GATE aspirants. I am trying to bring basic concepts. We are starting, I'm not neglecting that this is easy, I won't do it. No, I got requests for this particular topic, so I'm making a video, because I'll be happy if it even helps that one guy or girl who asked me to do this video. Okay, so with this I want to stop here. Thank you guys, thank you for supporting. Please subscribe if you did not subscribe. Yeah, we'll meet tomorrow with a new video. Thank you.